My brother stole everything from me, so I made sure he went bankrupt growing up. We were inseparable companions. We crafted fantasies together, constantly sketching future enterprises and imagining our joint empire as children. We'd spend countless hours outlining business concepts, convinced our partnership would someday materialize into something magnificent. This shared vision wasn't merely childish fantasy, it was our unspoken covenant. Later, we transformed dreams into reality after exhausting years in meaningless positions and hoarding every cent. We launched our venture initially modest, just as siblings grinding relentlessly to maintain solvency. Sometimes our finances barely covered living quarters, but we persevered. Gradually, momentum built. The enterprise expanded, and finally life's puzzle pieces aligned perfectly. Then, without warning signs, betrayal struck one morning. Arriving as usual, my access card malfunctioned, initially assuming technical difficulties. I contacted my brother, no response. Second attempt, silence. Continued, perplexed. I checked messages to discover legal documentation. My existence had been completely erased from company records somehow. He'd orchestrated my elimination. It felt like respiratory paralysis. Every sleepless night, every sacrifice vanished. My own flesh and blood had commandeered my livelihood. Legal resistance proved futile. I'd foolishly entrusted him with documentation matters, never imagining such treachery that blind faith became my critical error. More heartbreaking was familial abandonment. They advised disengagement and progression. Dismissing it as trivial disagreement, they portrayed me as melodramatic, as though I hadn't lost years investing in what he'd ruthlessly seized. That moment crystallized my resolve. If he'd claim everything, I'd ensure total loss for him too. The subsequent months became observation periods. My brother possessed ambition but lacked caution. He skipped procedures, made impulsive decisions, with hubris suggesting invincibility. I understood his vulnerabilities intimately, positioning him for inevitable collapse. Initially, I directed IRS attention toward his financial practices. Anonymous reports highlighted questionable accounting methods. I knew he'd been diverting funds and manipulating figures to artificially inflate profitability. Mere investigation made investors apprehensive. Next, I approached competitors, providing strategic intelligence, enabling them to undercut his transactions. His cutthroat business approach and history of relationship destruction made finding willing accomplices effortless. Within months, his primary client began withdrawing. The finalist alt materialized when he attempted product expansion. He derushed development, sacrificing quality for economy, anticipating catastrophe. I ensured preliminary samples reached appropriate reviewers upon launch. Criticism proved devastating. Consumer outrage spread virally. Litigation followed, and within weeks, financial hemorrhage became unstoppable. Recovery attempts failed as he desperately corrected missteps, but timing worked against him. Tax penalties, client exodus, and product disaster drained resources completely. Investor withdrawal left bankruptcy as his sole recourse. Our collaborative creation disappeared, this time with nobody else to blame. Most gratifying was witnessing my family's realization. Those who defended him dismissed my reaction and portrayed me as troublemaker now stood speechless. My brother orchestrated his own destruction while they observed helplessly. Though I never reclaimed our company, knowing he couldn't retain it provided sufficient closure.